The Bengals might have gotten crushed by the Steelers in what was an ugly performance in Pittsburgh, but hope is not lost. Let's dive into the playoff numbers and why the Bengals still have a realistic chance to make the postseason for a third straight year. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and welcome in, because as the new year approaches, we appreciate each and every one of you, the 41,000 plus that subscribe to this channel and have supported us all season long, all year long, and it's not stopping now. We certainly have a huge game to cover with this Kansas City Chiefs game, a game that I think is winnable. And when you look at the Bengals' playoff chances, I think it's very, very simple when it comes to what they need to do over the next few weeks to make the playoffs for a third straight year. Today's video is brought to you by Rivertown Inquiry and rivertowninquiry.com. Doug and his crew do an awesome job. If you're looking for orange and black gear, maybe a better late than never gift idea, well, get to Rivertown Inquiry. They have two locations, one in Oakley, one downtown near the Finley Market, or near Finley Market, their Finley Market location. Also, rivertowninquiry.com, home of the CBT hat. It's the exclusive place where you can get those. So let's dive in to the Bengals playoff chances. And currently, following that loss to the Steelers, they have roughly a 17% chance of making the playoffs, according to the New York Post playoff predictor. A win this week over the Chiefs, and that number jumps. It skyrockets to 53%. And this Chiefs game on Sunday is more important based on the playoff predictor, or according to the playoff predictor, than the Browns game. But the bottom line, it's pretty simple. And I played with the formula a little bit, and there are paths to the Bengals being 9-8 and making the postseason. But if you win both of these games, you have a 93% chance of making the playoffs. The fact that the Broncos lost certainly helps. The fact that the Browns have kind of separated themselves from everyone helps. And so handle business against the Browns in week 18 after going to Arrowhead and winning, and boom, just like that, your playoff chances skyrocket, and the Bengals could find themselves in the postseason. And I know a lot of people are down on them following an ugly loss to Pittsburgh, but both of these teams they're playing are flawed. And when it comes to the Chiefs, going there, winning there, it's tough. But the Raiders just did it. Aiden O'Connell just did it. Patrick Mahomes threw a pick six. This Chiefs team is searching for answers. And so is it realistic? I think they have a shot to win, even though they're underdogs. And we'll have plenty on that matchup this week, and obviously be in the locker room for that, the coverage of that and getting the players' thoughts and reaction. But yeah, if they split the final two games, it's less than 20% chance. So you get the final two, you go to Kansas City, you get a win, then you come home and you beat the Browns. You're probably playing the Browns for a chance to secure a playoff spot, depending on what happens this week in week 17 across the league and certainly across the AFC. But this is really all you could ask for, is a 93% chance going into the final four games when it was Vikings, Steelers, Chiefs, Browns. We all said get 3 of 4. Right now they're 1-1. They have to get 3 of 4. If they get to 3-1, they'll be in. And I know it stinks because you look at that Steelers team and you say, hey, well, they were beatable. And you come out and you lay an egg like you did on national TV. I get it. I get the frustration there. And I get why people are saying, it's probably over. That's probably it. But maybe it's not. Maybe Jamar Chase can come back this week. Maybe this defense finds a way to force some turnovers at Arrowhead. Maybe Jake Browning has the solution against the Chiefs defense that is as good as we've seen in the Patrick Mahomes era. The Chiefs defense is very real. And so is it a tall task? Absolutely it is. But we always knew it was going to be a tall task. We always knew that it was going to be hard and an uphill climb without Joe Burrow. And then going into last week without Jamar Chase, without DJ Reader. It's a lot. There's no doubt about that. There's no denying that. But if you say, all right, win your final two games and you have a 93% chance at the playoffs, a lot of teams would take that. And the Bengals, they have enough talent to be competitive in these games, to win these games. Will they? I don't know. There's plenty of time to make predictions and jump into that, but I'm not ruling it out. I'm not dismissing it. I'm not saying, well, the Bengals are done. Let's focus on the draft. And the last time they were in this position was, oddly enough, following that loss to the Steelers. And what did they do after losing to the Steelers on November 26th? Everyone was like, focus on the draft, whether it was on Locked On Bengals or already on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Start talking about draft scenarios and where they could be at in the draft order. All of those things were happening. And the Bengals went out and they won on the road in overtime and kind of started what has been an awful stretch for the Jags. And the Bengals started that. The Chiefs, they've struggled. They've lost 3 of 4. They've lost 4 of 6. And they haven't clinched the division yet. No, I still think they'll win their division. I don't think they're going to lose out. But who's to say the Bengals can't go there and find a way to win? Who's to say the Bengals can't beat a Cleveland team that, who knows, might not have much to play for in Week 18? There's a scenario where they don't, and maybe they rest some of their guys, and maybe that's the path to it. I'm not saying they're going to win both. I'm not saying they're going to lose both. Maybe they split them. But going into this final month, in final 4 games, we said they have to get 3 of 4. They're 1-1. If they get 3 of 4, they're going to have a 93% chance to make the playoffs. That's a heck of an opportunity, and I think a reason to be hopeful, especially with a team that when their backs have been against the wall, they have responded. That's something that we could say about this team all season long. Whether it was the 0-2 start, they got a win. The 1-3 start, what did they do? They won 4 straight. Losing Joe Burrow, you're 5-6, and what did they do? They won 3 straight. Your back's against the wall again. From Jake Browning to Zach Taylor, the entire Bengals organization. What do they do now? Can they overcome this as well and make the playoffs for a 3rd straight year? We don't know, but we will find out over the next couple of weeks. And I think those numbers are really encouraging when it comes to the Bengals' playoff chances. We're going to have you covered all week long here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. If you're looking for more on the Bengals, I obviously have you covered at allbengals.com as well. So for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching, and also happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hopefully you had a great holiday weekend. Until next time, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.